This boy wasn't bathed for 19 years. He wanted to bath, but his parents considered him an animal, and locked him in the attic. He could read people's mind, so the people in the village consider him a monster. But this was just an excuse to hide their secret. He was lonely all day long, until he met an injured black cat. They became friend. Time passed. Suddenly his brother Terrio hit the door today, and blamed him for the special day. He called him sloppy. He pulled his blanket out, then knocked him down. Animals also know to wash their clothes? The boy slowly stood up. He remembered today was his coming-of-age ceremony. It was the biggest event in the village. All 19-year-old boys and girls participated. He staggered downstairs. Although he and his family lived under the same roof, they hadn't seen each other for 10 years. Just came to the kitchen. His sister mocked at him. She said she didn't want to eat anything when seeing him. His father too. Then his sister pulled him out. Before leaving, she said that he had to take a bath to attend the coming-of-age ceremony. If not, he would lose the family face. But it was winter now. The temperature was under 20 Celsius. Where can he go to take a bath? At this time, he saw wells outside the house. Out of ways, he took a bucket of cold water, and poured it over himself. The cold water made his skin turn red. When he was trembling, he heard the sound of the cat. He intended to raise his head, but an expensive coat fell on his face. The one who threw the coat was the black cat Stooky that he saved when he was young. He looked at the coat, and asked Stooky the origin of it. After hearing his question, Stooky jumped on the ground, and rubbing its head on his leg. Then the things that happened with Stooky appeared in his head. It turned out Tsuki saved one girl that was about to be hit by the wagon. Then it followed her mother to ask for a gift. Although it was a bad habit, saving someone's life was wonderful. After wearing the coat, he seemed so much better. After showing his gratitude to Tsuki, he was preparing for his coming-age ceremony. He met an acquaintance, and said hello to Bella. Bella stunned. He knew why she was that. He didn't expect that she forgot him. Bella woke up, and her face turned red. She remembered something. This voice. You are Estio? He said yes. After knowing Estio would also participate in the ceremony, Bella invited him to go with her. In the church, everyone was preparing for the ceremony. The village head saw Estio hadn't come yet. When his family hears the name Estio, they looked annoyed. They told the village head, animals don't deserve this event. Everyone in the church agreed with that. He looked at everyone's expression, then prepared to start the event. At this time, a blonde hair stood up. Mr. Bella has not come yet. Their reaction this time was totally different. He decided to wait for Bella. A while after, Bella and Estio came to the church together. Seeing her, the blonde hair, eager to ask if something happened on the way, Bella answered coldly, on the way, I broke my shoelace. Luckily, I met Estio so I can come here in time. Hearing the name Estio, the blonde hair was so angry. Only then did he notice that Estio was beside Bella. He couldn't believe that Estio changed so much. Bella suddenly held Estio's hand and went to the church. A memory of Bella appeared in Estio and head. He saw she was abandoned by her mom, saw her age difference love affair with an old man, and saw more than 500 boyfriends of her. He saw a different Bella that he had known before, and stunned, seeing Estio sweated. Bella intended to swipe for him, but he pulled Bella away, because he didn't know how to face to her. He couldn't pretend he had not seen anything. For politeness, he pretended to have bad health to apologize her. The blonde hair was so jealous when seeing Estio sat beside Bella, and he wondered if Estio could come here with a new coat, so he came to ask about the coat's origin. Estio said it was a gift from his friend. The blonde hair didn't believe. How can you have a friend when staying on the stair all the time? Do you want to express yourself so you stole it, right? The blonde hair told loudly. Everyone immediately looked at him. He hadn't explained it yet. Everyone called him a thief. Even his friend Bella changed her attitude. Someone threw the glasses of wine at him. The glasses broke and then the wine flew down his face. The children called him a monster. Estio swiped the wine on his face, and looked at his family with an expectant face. But they turned away to avoid embarrassed. His little hope for his family was broken. He came home, sat alone in the corner of the house. The hurt in his heart made him laugh like a crazy boy. This house had no room for him. So he packed all the stuff to leave the house. Wherever he went, he wanted to live as a normal person. He walks in the snow like a lost soul, and didn't know the destination. At that time, a wagon stopped in front of him. Kind man gave Estio a ride. Finally, Estio left the house on the night of the upcoming age ceremony. The day after, when he just opened his eyes, he saw an orange-haired knight in front of him. His name was Lena, the guard of this wagon. He asked why Estio went to town alone. But he couldn't answer his question yet, because he didn't have any target or talent. He answered he go to town to find a jib. Hearing that, Lena asked what he can do. I can know what animals feel, so I am good at raising them. Hearing that, Lena couldn't stop laughing. Obviously, he didn't believe that Estio can read the animal's mind. Estio looked at Lena's reaction. Turned out that people in the town didn't know about his ability. The ability to read people's minds had tortured him for 19 years. He could read all even though he didn't want to read. While Estio was thinking, the wagon shook continuously. Lena thought they were attacked by the sellers. He jumped down immediately, but it was not. Turned out that the two horses at the top stopped suddenly. After resting for a long time, they still didn't go. Lena was so confused. Suddenly Lena remembered something. He ran to find Estio, and told Estio to check the horses' situation. The boss still hit them, to force them to go. Estio came to the boss and said, "Can I check the horses?" The boss was no other options, he agreed. He patted the horse's head and used his ability. A scary scene appeared. Estio knew the reason. He pointed to the forest in front of them. There was a group of white log monsters in the forest. They were so dangerous. We would suffer heavy losses if attacked by monsters. The horses wanted to warn us. The boss didn't believe Estio. He still continues his trip. He ordered the guard to go forward to protect them. Estio didn't want to participate so he left. But Lena wanted him to stay, to check his ability. They went to the forest. There wasn't something happened. Suddenly, Estio felt bad. He turned his head. A white-haired, sharp-toothed monster appeared.